What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Brittany Renner is the most controversial single mother socialite in Black America. And I do like listening to what she has to say, although for me, much of it doesn't make a lot of sense. But hey, every now and then it might be a gem on accident. But I'd like to talk about Brittany Renner. She's very vocal about her sexuality, what she is looking for, things that she doesn't want to do in a relationship, what she should be able to do. And it's very liberal sexually, how she takes photos, being very provocative. And of course, let me just say, women have the right to do that. They do. I've seen people, Amber Rose, Meg Thee Stallion, Brittany Renner. Fine. You have the absolute right to do it. But now, I like to always try to qualify the behavior and such proclivities of women who behave in this manner. What is the role ultimately that it leads them to, or that it leads them down? For such liberal, ideology and behavior as women in today's world, where does it lead you? What do you get out of it? Now, I know you might get some tricks and things like that here and there, but ultimately, where do you go? You know what I have found? I have found that most of these women, after speaking like that, they find themselves in what we consider, or what I would consider, situationships. Situationships, very many of these situationships. And what are those? Situationships are short-term dealings with men that could possibly represent the guys that they would want, but it never goes anywhere. So, because, women, for the most part, for the guys that they don't want to deal with, they'll ignore them. The guy that's dusty, broke. I mean, they can get messages from her, that guy all the time, or the guy that they're just not attracted to. Those guys don't matter because those women don't want them for whatever reason. Those guys have no chance. Fine. I get that. But now what I'm dealing with is situationships. This is the closest thing that women get to relationships, because these are the guys that they feel like, I'm attracted to him. He makes enough money. He's who I want to be with. All right. But for whatever reason, they can't really turn the corner. And many of us want to know why. Why is that? Why is this the case? Why is such and such this, here, such and so forth? So Brittany Renner then posts something on Monday Night Football. And she said that she's America's favorite scout. Look at it here. You can see it here. The behind is sticking out. She's looking quite good. But what are you scouting for? You are scouting for another athlete. Now, obviously, you can say that she's trolling, and she could be, but Brittany Renner has a proclivity in dating athletes and rappers. That's what she does. She deals with athletes and rappers. And while athletes and rappers tend to be, in my honest opinion, not as intellectually gifted as they should be, I don't think they're that dumb. They're dumb, but they're not as dumb as we may think they are. Why? Because people already know how she is. She's went on Deion Sanders' show. She's been on Cam Newton's podcast, Fresh and Fit, had a collaboration with her, Adam 22. So enough guys around the league in both sports have understood what happened with PJ Washington. And so they're saying, okay, this one here, she looks good, probably a good, good time. But you know what? Brittany Renner's 30. And if I don't deal with her, it's not the end of the world. I got women hollering at me daily. I'm talking as athletes here. Women are coming after me daily. It would be different if a guy was a medical doctor. You don't have that many women trying to talk to you, something like that. It would make more sense, But now, if you're in the NFL, and obviously, in the NFL, people don't know what you look like all the time. But now, here's what you can do. You still have opportunities. And those opportunities are not always black. It's not always white. It's whatever you want. With women who are going to try to be a little bit more submissive, at least act like it, at least pretend to give the man something of value, at least pretend. So guys are like, look, I can deal with this person, X, Y, and Z over here, and at least this person will pretend to give me something. Why am I gonna deal with this lady? She's 30 with a kid and she's outing people. And what happens is you're scouting for what may happen at the most. You might get something that lasts 1 or 2 or 3 months. And you're not gonna get anything that lasts long term because you're not built for that. But then here's the problem. Women will never look at themselves, in the case of Brittany Renner, and say, you know what? I've dealt with all of these guys. Women would love to have been in my position in life, to be able to have all of these guys that I have dealt with, I have met, such and so forth, but for whatever reason, I just can't get it right. It's like being accepted to all the Ivy League schools, and then you keep getting kicked out of each one. Who do you blame? Yeah, it's Harvard's fault. It's Yale's fault. It's Columbia's fault. Well, what? Well, yeah, they kicked me out because of so-and-so. Well, has it ever really been your fault? Can we deal with maybe you're the issue? Are we not going to deal with that? Let me know. Are we not dealing with the fact that you are the problem? That's what I want to know. And if it's not, just say that it's not. But we can't do that because, see, we got to lie all the time, don't we? We have to buffoon all the time, don't we? And while you're over there trying to get X, Y, and Z, the fact of the matter is, Brittany, nobody's checking for somebody like you. Because what most guys have figured out is like, hey, listen, this lady's already ruining her life on social media, crying on Instagram posts and things like that. If she can do it to herself, what is going to happen if I get with her? I can tell you if you want to know. You want to know? I'll tell you. I'm glad to tell you. The same thing is going to happen to you if you deal with women just based on what they look like and not for value. Because there are women out there that can give you value. I believe it. I know it. But you get what you're worth. And that's the problem here. Professional sports, men anywhere in the world want to get what they are paying for, what their worth, their effort is. And nobody wants to deal with the fact that you can't do that, or you're not willing to do that. So you keep going around going after a guy, after a guy, after a guy, after a guy. And at some point, and I know that there's bad men out there, I will agree to that. But at some point, when is it not you? When is it not you're the problem? The world is tired of people being accountable. I know women and men both are tired of it. Okay, we got to call it for what it is. Everybody is tired. For the love of God, stop. Stick a fork in it already. Seriously, be an adult. Stop jumping from person to 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 person, ruining everybody's life. Everybody's life. Can you stop? But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.